Can we talk about the importance of the sound guy?
We can talk
and maybe
about the importance of the sound guy.
You know, best and worst experiences maybe you've had with them.
Sure. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say this right now. Pro tip. Always be nice to the sound guy, especially if it's your own sound guy and you want to be a dick to him. I mean, whatever. But if you're having to deal with a house sound guy, be nice, even if he's being a dick, because you know what? He is the only line of defense between you and sounding like absolute dog shit. And I will say, in America, really good house sound guys are few and far between, because, you know, most of these dudes just do it as a hobby, or, you know, they're a friend of the club. So, oh yeah, I'll do sound, you know. They don't take pride in what they do. In Europe, it's a big fucking deal. Like, you could go to the shittiest fucking club in Europe and the sound guys would probably kick ass, because they take pride in what they fucking do. And they want these bands to sound good. And they know that, you know, depending on how big a band is, they could get a call and like, hey, we want you to do a tour with us if you can do it, you know, and pay you, you know, 10 euros a day and eat free food, you know, whatever. But, you know, in the States, I find that a lot of sound guys are just kind of just there to be there. You know, they don't care. It's like, and I get it. You see a lot of fucking shitty bands. You have to listen to a lot of shitty bands. And it's kind of a thing where dudes that are in like these local bands act like they're fucking Metallica when they're not. So they're like, you know, being divas. And it's like, dude, you're playing to 10 people. You know, don't.
I've been on both ends of it, because I've been in bands, but I've also been a sound guy. So I've mixed local bands who thought they were fucking.
Yeah.
I'm like literally handing them a DI box and they wouldn't even look at me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Shit like that. But,
you know, so, you know, we always.
But then I've also had sound guys where I'll look and they're not even there and they're outside smoking a cigarette.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. You know, it's just like, it's like they don't care, you know, and. Like, one of my worst nightmare scenarios, we played a show with Hatebreed in Tucson, which is my hometown. And I just have the worst luck when we play in Tucson. Like, every show that we've played has just been rough. And we played with Hatebreed. The sound guy was a fucking dick. You know, he could tell he was just like over it, didn't really want to be there. And was just like giving us a fucking hard time about every little fucking thing. And we're just trying to do a line check. You know, it wasn't even us, you know, it was us, Hatebreed, and Prong. So we were the opening band.
That's a sick lineup, dude.
Dude, it was so sick.
Prong and fucking Hatebreed are dope.
And so, of course, we're the opening band. So we get kind of a sound check. And we don't want to do a sound. Just give us a good line check. So we check everything. But the guy was just being so fucking difficult. And then during the show, like, our mics were going out, the monitors weren't working, and just, it was a nightmare. Like, at one point, I remember Richie, like, kicked the fucking monitor off the stage because these dudes were, like, getting them all tangled up, and it was just a mess. And, of course, my fucking parents are there, and, like, a bunch of my friends, you know. Every time we played in Tucson, it's been a nightmare.
And as a band member, you just want a good mix back from the monitor so you can hear everything, right?
Dude, at minimum, just a little. I just want to hear a little bit of what I want to hear, you know.